Hey y'all, it's Melissa back again on Update East Texas, and we have a treat for you. So I have Rory Laney here with LegalShield joining us today for two really cool things that he does on a regular basis. Okay, so number one, LegalShield helps you protect your business and your family. And then we're going to be talking about CAB 903, which is coffee and business. And it is like the best networking group in East Texas to be a part of. I participate in it. Rory is like the networking guru. You can ask anyone if he doesn't meet a stranger. Okay, like I thought, oh, for myself, I don't meet a stranger, but no, he really doesn't meet a stranger ever. So welcome to Update East Texas.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited about being here this morning and looking forward to us having a great conversation and appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. I did bring coffee today because that kind of would have been good, but you said great conversation and I thought, oh, I should have brought coffee and I didn't. So
we can do that Thursday.
That's right, Thursday. Yeah. So, okay, so Rory. So I met Rory 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, in December at another networking event called the Share Event, and I met him and his wife Beverly, and that was again like I was the new girl at this networking thing, and he made me feel welcome immediately. He's like, hey, how's it going? And so tell me a little bit about like why is networking like so important to you?
Well, I think it's all about connecting, and it's, you know, it goes back to, I believe, the law of abundance, that, you know, we can all share in the wealth of the abundance that's out there. And then, you know, that whole thing about 6 degrees of separation. But I believe it's all about connecting with each other, you know, and everyone knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can help somebody. And my whole thing is about helping other people. And networking is a great way to do that. And I think so many business owners, I really strive, not only in my business, but in what I do otherwise, to really help business owners connect with one another so that everyone can be successful. I think that's kind of my reward, my payday, is when I see businesses that come to me, ask for help, or I volunteer help, or we just get to know each other and build relationships. You know, it's truly about building a relationship with people, you know, and getting to know them. And then when someone says, hey, I need this, immediately someone should come to mind. You know, we should all have that guy or that girl that comes to mind that says, hey, if I need a realtor, if I need a home inspector, if I need a plumber, an electrician, a landscaper, whatever, somebody should come to mind. But that's all part of networking.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I enjoy doing, is just being able, and you say I never meet a stranger, maybe that's because of my 15 plus years in Air Force recruiting, and you know, getting out there and I like to call it gripping and grinning. You know, shake somebody's hand, smile at them, share a business card, get to know them, and then, you know, have a follow-up conversation with people and really get to know them. You know, I think the key part to me about networking is you're not going to do business with that person the next day, or maybe the next week, or the next month. Networking is about building that relationship so that you can help each other, right? Because you know people that I don't know, and I know people that you don't know, and so we can help each other through that. That to me is what networking is. Networking is not about, hey, I met you today, let's close the deal today.
Right.
That's not networking. That's scavenger hunting. You know, that's someone's on. That's more of a hunter instead of a fisherman, right? And I think we should all be fishers of men, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this question. Do you find it in your experience dealing with business owners that business owners kind of get like tunnel vision and they're just working so hard on this one thing that they forget the power of networking?
Absolutely. I mean, and I understand it, right? Because you own a business and you're focused, you're laser focused, as you should be, on that business and growing that business, right? But there's that bottom line in mind, right? You still have to make the sale, to pay the bills, to increase that bottom line, right? And most business owners focus on that so much that they forget about the outside market that they could be touching.
Right.
and could be coming into them as well. And they rely on other forms of advertising, if you would, or marketing. But networking is a big part of that, you know, and through networking, you really do build a referral-based business, a word-of-mouth marketing business, which is what our company, our model is, LegalShield. It's a word-of-mouth marketing company. We operate and are successful because someone says, hey, I know somebody that does that, can help you, contact them. So yeah, I think we sometimes get so laser focused as business owners that we forget that adding that next customer, that pipeline, if you would, of potential customers, that funnel effect, you need to have that. Without it, the well runs dry, right? And then you have to prime the pump again. You know, Zig Ziglar said, always keep people in that pipeline because you don't want the well to go dry, because pumping the wells are really, really hard. But if I keep a bunch of people in that pipeline as a business owner, I always have someone I can talk to about what I do in order to help them.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that's the same in your business as well.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And also the cool thing about networking with other business owners is you can commingle your ideas and say, hey, this is what's working in my industry. What are you doing in your industry? And you actually have some honest dialogue that, like, I tried that, 10 times. And then someone's like, yeah, but did you try it this way?
Right. Right, which is a great lead in to CAB 903, Coffee and Business 903. So probably like a lot of people watching, we've all been involved in different networking groups, and networking groups are great. Love them. I absolutely love them, and I love being a part of them. But so many of them have restrictions. They have guidelines. They have things, hurdles that you have to jump in order to be a part of and then continue to be a part of that group. And so when I got approached by some business owners to start a networking group, I kind of stole an idea from a fellow LegalShield associate of mine in Great Falls, Montana, Jason. That's we're LegalShield partners, and he started the same concept called CAB. His is CAB, Coffee and Business, and what it was just business owners. And he started with 5 business owners that met in a coffee shop, and they had a cup of coffee and they started conversating and connecting with one another. Well, his group grew organically to now they have over 100 people in attendance, and they had to change coffee shops, but every week they have over 100 different business owners, and it's a revolving door, right? Because we don't limit it. There's no limitations on the number of professionals from any one industry that can attend. I mean, there can be 2 or 3 realtors, 2 or 3 home inspectors, 2 or 3 mortgage lenders, 2 or 3 LegalShield people. It doesn't matter, because the law of abundance, right? There's enough to go around. But Jason started this group, and so when I got approached to start a group here in Tyler, East Texas, I thought, what better way to do it, right? So I kind of used R&D, rob and duplicate. I robbed and duplicated his idea and brought it to Tyler, East Texas. And so the concept behind CAB 903 for our area code here is just a group of business owners that can come, have a cup of coffee, a conversation, and connect with one another. And through that, just organically, and I think we've only been going 3 or 4 months now, maybe a little bit longer, I'm not sure. Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right.
But we now have over, I think, 175 people on our Facebook page, which we have a Facebook page that folks can go to and join if they're a business owner. I approve everyone that wants to join, because again, the more the merrier, right? But then we meet once a week every Thursday morning at Great Harvest Bread Company on South Broadway in Tyler. We meet every Thursday morning from 7:30 to 8:30. And one of the things that we do is just what you were talking about, is best practices. Hey, I'm having this issue with growing my business. Has anyone else experienced this, right? And that's where the conversation comes in. And give you an example is this past week, Lisa Pulliam, who is a life coach for women entrepreneurs, and she is an amazing lady. I asked her to do a training on Facebook Live, because that's another tool that we as business owners can use, is Facebook Live.
And it's free.
And it's free, exactly, right? And I always like to say, if it's free, it's for me, because I can afford free. But I asked Lisa Pulliam Lisa Lewis, I was thinking of her middle name, Lisa Lewis, to lead this little discussion about using Facebook Live. But through that, people practicing and doing it, we had conversations on way to grow their business. And now we have business owners in this group who have taken the Facebook Live challenge to do it for 21 days to help them grow their business. Just an example of how we help each other. And I had one of the members come to me and say, well, I really don't like using Facebook. And I said, well, I understand that. Some people may not want to use it, but if you choose to use it, it's a great tool. But like anything else, I believe in business. If you want to grow your business, your mind has to be like a parachute. And parachutes only work when they're open.
That's right.
They only work when they're open, right? So you have to open your mind to new ideas and new ways of doing things, and that's what I love about CAB 903 is anyone can join if they're a business owner. They can attend the meetings. They don't have to attend. We certainly want them to, because that's how you connect with people, right? And that way, when someone says, I need a real estate agent, we think they know who to call, right? Or they say, someone said, wow, I'm having legal issues with my business. Well, they know an old bald-headed guy that can offer them affordable legal protection, right? And can help them with that. So it's all about that connecting part. And that's what I love most about it. And it's wide open. We don't enforce attendance. It's not like you have to attend every week. It's to your benefit if you do, but if you can't because you're an individual business owner, and look, you've got to go do a job, or you can be at a networking meeting, right? Well, go do the job, right? Because you've got to make money to pay the bills. Right. Why look for more customers when you have a customer, right? So we don't enforce an attendance policy. We don't enforce that. And what I love about it is it's a revolving door. So you may see, and we average 15, 18, 20 people a week, but it's different people.
Right.
You have the consistent few that are there, the core, but then you have all these other people. And that's what I love about it is, and I'm thankful for it. And I know we're going to continue to grow. And now that summer is here, I know it's not officially summer, but it is summer here in East Texas.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we're going to be in the 90s, 95s all week, but now we're able to go. And Laura Jones, who owns Great Harvest, she has a great outdoor patio area there. And we meet and we take up 4 or 5 tables and we just, network with one another. I'm really, it's my reward is to see how people connect with one another, and then when you see those posts on Facebook, looking for a great accountant, right? Everyone goes, Randy Rexroth and Thompson, I mean, it's just automatic because Randy's there and people know him and he has a reputation that he's earned and he does great work. So they promote him. It's great. So that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it is really cool. I saw a couple of those business owners doing their Facebook Lives. One of them, Matthew Lee, and I've never seen him go live on Facebook before. And so I stopped and I was like, what is he doing? And I had to watch it. It was great.
Right.
And it was a tool that he wasn't using yet, but just as someone who, yes, I know him, I know what he does, but if I wasn't someone, I'd be like, and I was a Facebook friend with him, I'd be like, what is he doing? And it was fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, so it does help you level up as a business. And it does help you not feel like you're alone as a business when you're in a networking group like CAB 903.
Right.
So,
and we're also doing I want to throw a shameless plug, as I like to call them, out there. We not only do we meet every Thursday morning, but now we're doing it one evening time event a month, and we're calling that one Cocktails in Business, right? 903, right. Cocktails in Business 903. And we had one last month at Stanley's Barbecue. I think we had 15, 20 people show up, and it's just, and people have been able to connect with one another, and we help promote each other's business. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming again. We're going to be doing that again too. So just giving those people that can't make it in the morning because of commitments, they got to drop off the kids, they got to do these kind of things. or they're real estate agents and they don't like getting up early in the morning.
Yeah.
I understand real estate agents don't like getting up early in the morning because they work late at night, right? So we're having.
I work all the time.
but we're going to have those events in the evening time for those folks.
And it's really good. Yeah. Because I know that there's been times where I've been running like, I don't know, 10 minutes late to take cab in the morning because I do have to drop my kids off at school. And so then I'm like jetting over there. But I'm so thankful for my networking group because I could text Laura and say, I'm on my way, can you have coffee ready? And she's got it all ready for me and it's fantastic. But if I didn't have that relationship with her from being there at cab every single week, and I've missed several over the last several months, but if I haven't built that relationship with her, she wouldn't have probably done that for me. You know what I mean? So it just, like, that's just another like connection.
Right. And that's the great thing too, is you don't have to be there at 7:30 and stay to 8:30.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to throw this out there for John Jacobs, Big O Home Loans. You know, John, who I think is one of the best mortgage guys ever, he helped us. Yeah. And he helped Bev and I with our home purchase. You know, John, because of his commitment to the Rotary Club of Bullard, you know, he has that on Thursday morning, but he jets to, I'll use your term, jets as a retired Air Force guy. He jets right over to, you know, to cab 903 and he gets there about 8 o'clock. But we still give him an opportunity to do his elevator pitch and to share what's going on in the market with real estate right now and home mortgages. So we give that to John because he makes the commitment to come. So even if you have to come in at 8 and stay till 8:30, or you can just come at 7:30 and have to jet out to your office at 8, it doesn't make any difference. We're going to still give you an opportunity to share about your business. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely flexible. And it's almost like it's designed for the small business owner, not the small business owner is designed for the networking group. You know what I mean? And like that makes the big difference when it's designed for just the flexibility that is required to be a business owner. You can come in, come out, you can show up, not show up. You can participate online through Facebook. There's so many different ways. And so I've really loved the group, being part of Cab 903. There's an energy when you come in that Rory has, that he brings to the group, and his energy is just lively and he's excited, and it makes you feel valued as a business owner. So I definitely think you should come check it out, Cab 903, every Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. at Great Harvest Bread Company.
Yeah, and I just want to say this. So some people have said, well, Rory, it's your group. It's not my group. I just had the privilege of starting the group, and I have the privilege of facilitating it. It's not my group. It's our group. It's the business owners group. You know, I want everyone to have part of that ownership. And I will tell you very quickly, and then we'll get on to the next subject, but because I could talk about networking all day, because I love connecting people. But, you know, I recently had to miss a couple of meetings, and I asked other people to kind of fill in and lead the facilitating of the meetings. And they did. They stepped right up and led the facilitating and took it upon themselves, you know. And some people had to get out of their comfort zone to take on that leadership role, you know. Although they're business owners, this is different, leading a networking group. But here's what I love about it, and I said this, and I read this years and years ago, is that the mark of a good leader is that a good leader can go away and come back, and the group is still functioning as if he were or weren't there. Right? And what I loved about it is the group was still going on as if I were or weren't there, which proves it's not my group. And I just, you know, it's not Rory's group. It's Cab 903. It's for small business owners in East Texas. And I want everybody to be a part of it. I do. I just have the honor and the privilege to get to facilitate it. That's the only thing. And I'm thankful for that. I really am. So.
Well, I know that those businesses that attend are thankful for your willingness to start it and lead in the moments that you get to lead, because without that example, I'm sure they wouldn't have been willing to set up and lead also. So thank you for that. Okay, so now I want to talk about LegalShield. Okay, so LegalShield is something that's personally helped our family within the last year, and something that Rory has done for
over 9 years.
Over 9 years now, connecting people to making sure that their family is protected and so their business. So tell us a little bit about LegalShield.
Very well, I appreciate the opportunity again, but LegalShield is a 50-year-old company. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary. We've been helping individuals, families, and business owners with affordable legal protection for over 50 years. You know, and the fact about the legal process and the legal services in our country is, it's sad, but it's true that the price of justice, the color of justice is green, right? If you have money and you can afford attorneys, then you may get the legal protection you need and deserve. Well, our founder, Mr. Harlan Stonecipher, 50 years ago, out of necessity, formed this company. And we've been providing affordable legal protection to millions of people for now 50 years. And the thing that I love about it is we take a problem, and the problem is affordable legal protection, and we make it affordable to the masses, to everyone, at a very affordable rate, right? And so we solve a problem. And that's how you become successful in business, right? You solve a problem. In LegalShield, we do that, right? And so when I started 9 years ago, I started because I needed to get my will updated. Let me just hit that again. I needed to get my will updated. And I think it's very important that everyone has a will and that it's up to date and it's legal. And so I did like most people, right? I went to my Facebook and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for, because I was living in Houston and the average will was about $2,000. And I thought to myself, there has to be a less expensive or cheaper way to get this done. So I did like a lot of people, looking for a less expensive way to get my will done. And an old Air Force buddy of mine, we were young cops in the Air Force stationed together before you were born, probably. But anyway.
Maybe, I look a lot younger than I am.
A long time ago, in the mid-'80s, we were stationed together. And he reached out to me, he saw my post and said, hey, we've got this service that can help you get your will done, but do so much more than that. If I send you a video, will you take a look at it? You may or may not be interested. If you are, great, I'll help you out, no big deal. And I thought, well, heck, I'll look at the video and watch it. So he sent me a 2-minute, 30-second video, and I found out I could get my will, my living will, my healthcare power of attorney, my durable power of attorney, all that was included. They helped me with speeding tickets, personal legal matters, all this stuff that sometimes we don't call attorneys because we can't afford attorneys, right? We don't know if our rights are being infringed upon because we don't call attorneys, because the average attorney is $300 to $400 an hour. Nothing against attorneys. I love attorneys. They're just expensive.
Yeah.
And most people are priced out of that. And so I thought, well, heck, I'll try it. Joined up, became a member of LegalShield. We're a subscription-based service. Joined up and got my will done immediately. A week later, I get a speeding ticket on I-45 in Houston. And I deserved it. Yeah. I suffer from heavy right foot syndrome.
Yeah, I mean,
and I deserved it. And I got this ticket. Well, I called my Air Force brother, Pat Crawley. I called Pat up and I said, hey brother, I said, does that legal thing I got, because I didn't know what all I had in the palm of my hand. I said, does that cover speeding tickets? Well, absolutely, you know? And I gotta give this out to Pat, God rest his soul, my brother. But he was from Hickory, North Carolina. And Pat would say, well, absolutely, brother. Just call your law firm and they'll take care of it for you. And, so I called the law. Back then, we actually had to call the law firm.
Okay.
Now, as you know, we have an app, right? And I'll get into that. And so we have an app now, but I called the law firm, Ross and Matthews in Fort Worth. I sent them over a copy of the ticket. They represented me in court. I didn't even have to show up. Represented me in court, and they got me out of this ticket. Would have been $280. So I'm like, wow, I love this service. So I started telling everybody about this legal thing I had called LegalShield. Well, about a month later, Pat calls me up and says, hey man, just want to let you know we have an opportunity behind this service. Would you be interested? And initially I wasn't. I was skeptical. I was like, no, I don't have time. I don't want to do this. Long story short, about 9 months after joining LegalShield as an associate to offer this service to individuals, families, and business owners. And I really focused on business owners, what we call business solutions, helping business owners protect their business, their family, and their employees. I really focused on that. And within 9 months, I was blessed enough that I was making enough money that I could leave corporate America and not have to work for anybody else and work for myself. And I'll tell you what I found out over the last 9 years. I am the best boss I've ever had. I am the best boss I've ever had, you know. But what I love about it is we provide a service to people that they need, they deserve, and it's affordable. You know, a business owner can protect their business for as little as $49 a month. You know, a family can protect their family for as little as $30 a month, $29.95, less than $1 a day, right?
Yeah.
You can do that. And so over the last 9 years, I've been blessed to protect over 1,000 families and real close to 300 businesses that I've protected with this service. And I just love the fact that they get the service and they use the service, they love it, and they keep using it. It's one of those things that, unlike insurance, you know, we all have insurance, right?
Yeah.
Homeowners, renters, health, auto, life. You know, I'm glad I have all those. And if I have to use them, I want to, you know, I'm glad I have them to use, but all those have a deductible.
Yeah.
And there's one, life insurance, I'm really not in any hurry to use. I mean, I'm ready to meet Jesus, but I'm not in any hurry to use my life insurance. But all those are insurances. LegalShield to me is legal assurance, right? So that if you have a question, is this legal or not legal? What are my rights? You can simply now tap an app, contact the law firm, and they're able to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. The tap the app worked for me. My mom passed away in September, and we had a little situation with her lease. And so I tapped the app because I was like, I'm just gonna ask. You know, I didn't know anyone where she's from Nevada, and I'm from Texas, so I didn't know anybody. And I tapped the app, and that the law company contacted somebody that they knew that they were connected with in Nevada and got an answer. And I was able to go, you know, with confidence to that, the leasing agent and say that you're not right, you know, and then take care of whatever I need to take care of for my mom. So a blessing for sure. If you are not protected, you need to be protected. It's kind of one of those things that you need to do it before you need it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, you know. And we also offer identity theft protection as well. So those are the services, and I'd be glad to answer any questions that anyone has about, hey, do I need legal protection? Should I get legal? Everyone needs it, you know. I tell people all the time, if your business involves you touching people or people's things, you need legal protection. Everyone needs it. You know, and it's very important. I didn't know this until I got involved in the business of protecting people, that 8 out of 10 Americans today don't have a will. And so that's really my passion. It is, you know, no one should, you know, and the will's not for us. It's for those that we leave behind, right? It's for those so that they know what our wishes are. And I tell you, we've all seen it. I know we have, where a death of a loved one causes a family to split, to be a rift, to do these things. But if your wishes are known, then you know that they're carried out. So that's really my passion, is really to help people with that. But not only that, that's a very important part of it.
Yeah, it is. And I have a background in banking before I was in my own business, and people would pass away and no one had wills. That would just be a thing. And so yeah, definitely I can see where that 8 out of 10 people come into play, just in my own experiences. You know, helping folks with that. So, okay, so let's ask Rory. He lives in Bullard right now currently. So tell us a spot here in East Texas that you love, that you and your wife love to go. Maybe that doesn't get like a ton of, you know, press, you know, if you search them on Google, but we have tons of people moving to East Texas.
Right.
Every day we know, because we get on Broadway and it gets we're like, oh, there's a lot of people here. And so for those people moving here, what's one place you can share that you love going?
Just one?
Or a couple, share a couple, or 3 or 18, I don't know.
There are so many, right? I mean,
really
there are so many hidden gems here in East Texas, you know, and especially in Tyler. I mean, I have to put in a shameless plug, obviously, for Great Harvest Bread Company, and the best darn BLTs you will ever eat. And I plug it every week, and people are like, are you a BLT fanatic? I wasn't, but I am now. I had to get my weekly fix. But other than Laura Jones's place, Great Harvest Bread Company, I'll tell you, we discovered a new place yesterday with Matt and Andrea Shirley. Matt owns Patriot Golf USA here in Tyler, We went to Rowdy Creek Ranch Winery, and they're out in Gilmer. And beautiful place, very family oriented, family friendly place. Not only is it a winery, and there's some really good wineries around here. I mean, we've got M6 in Bullard, you've got Keeper Saw, so many good wineries around here. But I think that's a hidden gem that a lot of people may not know about. And they have an RV park.
Wow.
That you can actually take your RV and park it, or they have rentals. You know, it's kind of, they took these jet streams, old jet streams, and remodeled them and put them in there. And you can actually rent them overnight and stay at the winery. They've got a pond to fish out of. They got horse stables. They've got everything. It's just a hidden gem out in Gilmer in East Texas.
That's awesome. I love it. So definitely check them out. We are going to check it out because we're always looking for fun day trips, and Gilmer's not far.
No.
What is it like?
Well, it took us from Bullard about an hour to get there. About an hour, you know.
So about 40 minutes about if you were in Tyler.
If you're in Tyler, about 40, 45 minutes, And again, very fun place. And yesterday for Mother's Day, it was crowded, but not overly crowded. It's huge. And so there's a lot to do. A lot of kids' activities and things like that. There were a lot of families out there yesterday. You know, you can take your family and enjoy some East Texas wine. Their wine was delicious. We may or may not have consumed one too many bottles of it. No, I'm just serious. We didn't consume that many bottles of it. But anyway, but it is a fun place.
That's
it's a hidden gem.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us, because we hear like from all different types of places. So that's the first winery for us, so we're excited about that. Okay, where can people who are watching find out about CAB and then find out about LegalShield?
Great question. So for CAB 903, simply go to Facebook and look up CAB, C-A-B 903, and ask to join. You'll see the page there. And again, if business owners ask to join, independent business owners, I don't care if it's a home-based business, if it's your side hustle, if you're a formal business with employees, anyone can join. So CAB 903 on Facebook. For me on Facebook, I have my own page, simply Rory Laney, and you'll just see an old bald-headed guy, and that's me. But also have my LegalShield page, which is Rory Laney LegalShield Business Solutions, is there as well. And also for my LegalShield, I have a website. And my website's real simple. It's Rory Laney, first and last name, .wearelegalshield.com. And they'll take you right to my website. You can go right there. You'll see my ball-headed picture up in the upper right-hand corner. It talks about all the plans that we have. It talks about the opportunity that we have should someone say, hey, you know, maybe I like helping people and I'd like to make money, extra money, part-time, spare time, working from home. They can certainly do that right there.
Okay, great. And then if someone does own a business or knows of a business that has an HR department, you can also help with legal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. The only thing we can't cover are nonprofits.
Gotcha.
Now, we can't cover the nonprofit, but we can cover the people that work with the nonprofit. So we can do that. That question came up last week from a gentleman that I'm in contact with here in Tyler. You know, he asked me about that as part of the nonprofit. We can't protect the nonprofit, but we can protect all the board members on the nonprofit. But any business, any size, it doesn't matter. We have a legal plan that will fit them and help them and protect them.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on Update East Texas, Rory, and sharing all the fun things that are going on, not only in the networking aspect of it, but also in LegalShield, because I think there would be no CAB without LegalShield, because Rory would have never met his friend in Montana, you said?
Yeah, very cool, Montana.
In Montana without LegalShield, so we're grateful for both. We will make sure that we tag everything so you guys can easily click and follow Rory. Be sure that the best way that you can support CAB 903 and Rory and his LegalShield business is to like and share his page, and don't forget to share the video. See you later.
Thank you.